What's up, guys? Welcome to the I Love CVille Show. Jerry Miller, good to be with you on a Monday across the I Love CVille Network, live for Charlottesville, Central Virginia, the Commonwealth, and the world. It's great to be with you. I've looked forward to this interview with Laura Fonner, the executive chef, soon to be the owner at Dooner's Restaurant, for a number of reasons. First, we have a hell of a good time on this program, just laughing, talking shop, talking business, talking restaurants, talking Charlottesville, and the best of Charlottesville. Also, she let me know that she was going to bring dumplings, which I think is one of her signature recipes.
Yeah,
so myself and Judah Wickhauer, the director of this program, we have lunch to look forward to right after this program. So we're excited for that. Welcome, Aaron King. I see you, Aaron. Thank you for joining us. Give the show a like and a share on any of the streams you're watching. Let's give some props to one of our favorite clients, Interstate Pest and Service Companies. This business started in 1969 with the first generation, his name, Mr. Robert Wells. He used payphones in his personal truck to launch a company. And today it's 4 generations of family strong, almost 100 employees, and a footprint that's the entire Commonwealth of Virginia. It's pretty amazing growth. The kind of growth I'm going to see from Dooner's Restaurant in 2020 under Laura Fonner's tutelage. We'll also give some props to the good doctor, Scott Wagner, Chiropractic and Sports Medicine, Chiropractic Care, Sports Medicine, Physical Therapy. Dr. Wagner is changing people's lives. Who's got your back? Dr. Wagner's got your back in the old Quinn Farmer auction house. Judah Wickhauer, our director. My friend, let's go to the studio camera and let's welcome Laura Fonner to the show. I'm so excited for this. Que pasa, chica?
I'm awesome. I'm busy. I don't know. I don't get a lot of time out, so it's nice to be here.
Okay.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
I've just been working, trying to get things in order for the fall and moving into ownership of the restaurant. So
I love it. I'm going to straight up say it. I'm going to embarrass the gal right here. A cover girl.
Ah, yes.
A cover girl. I mean, why don't you do this,
Yeah.
Judah? Cue up the cover for Virginia Living magazine so everybody can see this. This is now on the magazine stands everywhere.
Barnes & Noble, Kroger's. That's only 2 places. They don't sell it in all of the grocery stores, but those are the 2 places I've been able to find it.
Can I get an autographed copy so we
Yeah.
can hang on the shelf? Seriously, how many people have asked you for autographed
About
copies?
12.
12! Laura Fonner!
That's why I had to go buy some before I came here because of my in-laws. They all want one, and I'm going to see them this month.
And these magazines aren't cheap.
No, they're, well, like
Were they
$7.
$6, $7?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So tell me the story. You go to Barnes & Noble this morning.
Yes, yeah.
You go to the Barracks Road spot, and you're picking up magazines. First of all, the magazine rack there is really impressive.
Yeah, oh, it's huge.
They got so many magazines.
Yeah.
Okay, so did you find it at first?
Well, a funny story, before it even hit the stands, I already went to look for it.
Okay.
And it was the old version, so I already knew where they were today. So I walked straight in and didn't
Beelines
talk to
to it.
anybody. Yeah, grabbed 3 of them and went up to the checkout line, kind of with my head down, like, look at this girl buying pictures of herself.
Okay.
He didn't notice that I was buying a magazine with myself on it.
Yeah?
Which is good.
Yeah. You don't
Like,
carry this
no.
around everywhere?
No.
Really?
No, I'm not.
I would totally
no.
do that. I know
No,
you're
I'm
kind of
not-
DL.
Yeah, I'm just still blown away that I even made the cover of it. It all started with me submitting recipes to be on the inside for a story they were running. And I was in Italy at the time with my mom. That was back in June when she took me and my daughter to Italy. And I told myself, I'm not going to work, I'm not going to check my email while I'm gone. I'm not. And I ended up doing it, and I get an email from Virginia Living asking for recipes. I'm like, oh my gosh, first of all, what's a recipe, right?
Yeah.
I don't have those. It's a
Right.
little bit of
You
this,
do it on the
a little bit of
fly,
this.
I was
Yeah,
gonna
yeah. And then I turn around and I'm like, Mom, we don't have a kitchen here. How do I test a recipe? She's like, that's your problem. Good luck with that. So I sat up and I wrote what I thought were recipes, right? No test kitchen, submitted of them. Told myself that I would go back home and try them to make sure they worked. And
You never did?
I did the day the photographer came to take pictures. And they totally worked.
It worked?
It
Of course
totally
it
worked.
did.
Yeah. Well,
It's
no,
you.
you never know because you never know.
Have you ever made a bad dish?
Oh, lots of them.
Come on.
Oh, there's lots of trash can dishes.
No.
Yes.
How do you know? Do you try it before?
Yeah, and it was shit. Excuse me, it was shit. Yeah.
And you're like,
Not
this
every
isn't going to go on the
idea
menu?
is a good one. But if you don't at least try it once, then you never know if it's good or not. You know what I mean?
What's
Yeah.
Laura Fonner's brainstorming process?
Oh my gosh.
Was it a couple glasses of wine?
Yeah, well, on a Tuesday night, yeah.
Yeah?
Because, we're not open Monday, Tuesdays
Right.
right now, which will change when I become the owner. But I'll sit there, put the kids to bed, get a glass of wine, and just sit down and start brainstorming. Because we change our menu. I change the menu every week.
Right.
It's not sometimes 2 or 3 times in that week. So it's just kind of whatever jumps out at me. It's kind of nice now we're transitioning from summer to fall produce, and it's a whole new wall of inspiration to work with. You know, you get sick of the cucumbers and the tomatoes and the melons, and they're all lovely, but you use them and use them and use them, and it's refreshing to have a new set of produce to use. So yeah, I just sit there, and I write these really ambitious menus and order all my produce, and then I get to work the next morning, and I'm like, one too many glasses of wine. I don't think I'm going to have time for that today.
Why? Because you're nervous about execution, and you're like, if it's too... Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, the dumplings I brought for lunch, I make those every single day, and it's about an hour and a half of my morning. This is all from scratch.
You did that this morning for us?
Well, I did a charity event
Okay.
for the local food hub for their fundraising.
Okay.
And that was a dish that I
Nice.
stupidly decided to bring.
Okay. Why stupidly?
Because I had to cook them from start to finish in front of everybody. I tried to hide my table in the corner so nobody really saw it, and then everybody saw it, and then 250 dumplings later, I was calling it a night.
Give her some props. Give it a like and a share on any of the streams that you're watching. Put the cover photo up again. I want you to put this cover photo up throughout the show. I want to embarrass Laura Fonner.
Oh, no, it is nice because I like the town to see that I actually do have hair, right? Because like in my cooking mode, wow, it's great when I brush it.
Laura Fonner.
I wash it a lot, but when you're a chef, you just kind of wash it and then throw it up because you can't have your hair down. And I had about a full head full of dreadlocks the other week. It was pretty interesting.
Jamie Lively says, way to go, Laura Fonner.
Oh, I love her.
Mandy Welsh, way to go, neighbor. We are very proud of you.
Yes, oh, they're fun.
Carrie Verdon, yes. Fonner, yes.
How you guys?
Emily Swift's giving you some props. Aaron Slow, am I saying that right?
You guys know each other.
Okay.
Something from high school or something. She's my neighbor, too.
Okay. What's up, Aaron Slow?
Yeah.
So you get on the cover of this magazine. To walk us through
they didn't tell me about it either.
Really?
Yeah, no. They took pictures of my dishes, and then they needed the bio picture, and then they didn't tell me until it was already into print that I had made the cover.
Stop.
Yeah, and I thought it was a joke at first.
Yeah.
If you get the magazine and look on the inside, there's some really
yeah,
amazing
ballers
articles.
Like you.
Yeah, thank you.
Seriously.
But, I mean, some amazing. The Inn at Little Washington. It was the Lifetime Achievement
That's big
Award. It's amazing. So to be on the cover, that was a true honor.
Yeah.
And totally unexpected. So.
And I look at the cover here, and I'm like, "Where's this taken?" You're like, "That's the restaurant, Jerry."
Yeah.
So
magic.
at Tudor's, with the white backdrop.
Yeah. I mean, it just kind of worked into their theme of what they do. And, I did a lot of research on the magazine, as I do with anybody that approaches me to do anything. I always check the authenticity and if it's somebody just pulling my leg. And I realized that there are not a lot of people on their magazine covers. It's mostly food and pictures of nature. And I didn't confirm it with them 100%, but I think I might be the first female chef ever to make the cover of their magazine.
Stop.
Yeah, I looked back through their whole. This is how ridiculous I am. I looked back through their
To
whole.
the archives?
Yes.
Yeah?
And not a single one. And then there's people with horses and other things, but definitely not one that was just a chef.
How
not
about
holding
the,
a dish. Not. And it's funny because that pose that I'm doing. That's my awkward, I'm Laura Fonner, and I'm not good with cameras pose. So they did that one, and I was like, oh, geez, okay. And it took me about 3 days to like it, because I don't always like everything that I see.
Of course, nobody does. Yeah, I say that all the time to Judah, to my wife. I'm like, I don't look at what I look like. She's like, oh, stop. Just get your day going.
But the more I saw the picture, the more I realized this is the most me-est picture I've ever seen of me.
Really?
Yeah,
Ooh, tell me about
just
that.
Straight me.
Yeah.
Like I do have nice, pretty long hair. I do have like a softer side of
Laura,
not my thug life in the kitchen.
You're a gorgeous gal.
Thank you.
I'm serious.
Thank you.
Yeah, get the picture back on there. Let's keep the photos rolling through here. Andrew Autry, I've always wanted to have some Dooners. Well, you can go, Andrew.
Yeah.
This is the
I'll be
executive
there.
chef and the soon-to-be owner.
Yeah.
I think you're going to be asked for autographed copies.
Well, that's fantastic because I write like a kindergartner.
Yeah, your signature?
Yeah, everything.
Really?
Oh, it's awful. So to make up for that, I always put a little heart next to it, like, sorry, this sucks, but love you. I'm ridiculous. I'm not good with the whole press stuff, and I'm just not comfortable with it. I'm comfortable behind the camera, behind the scenes. So
I disagree.
I got a lot of really positive feedback from this, though. It's really amazing honor to be making the cover.
And
it really is.
How about the comment you got, and we're not going to say who,
Oh, yeah.
about someone giving you shit for this? Set the stage.
Yeah, so I get a lot of congratulations, this is amazing, but I've gotten a handful of, oh, well, that's great. The only reason why you got on the cover is because you're a female chef.
That's so effed up.
And it's like, shit. Well, if it's taken everybody this long to realize the almighty power of the vagina, here it is.
Yeah.
In print form. Do you know what I mean? But, it's challenging for me. You know what I mean, though?
No, I do. Well, I mean, I don't, but I do.
Well, you can see, yeah. And it's challenging for me to hear that in certain aspects of my life. Like, oh, this is such a great story. You're buying the restaurant. It's so helpful that you're a female chef. It'll make you go further. But I've been in kitchens for 21 years.
Right.
21 years.
Yeah.
And I think that I have earned the right to be just called a good chef and not just a good female chef. And I don't know. I struggle with having to hear that, and I just smile and I nod my head, and it's like, but then I go home and I'm like,
it pisses you off.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does for a little bit. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
how did you handle that?
I just smiled and nodded, and I worked harder.
And then you went
You know
in
what
and
I
said, what are those things? Are they voodoo dolls? And you stabbed it with some pins?
I don't have a voodoo doll.
But Jeremy Goldstein, awesome to see Laura here. Tell us how many people are watching. Can we get an accurate count? I will, Jeremy. Jessica Weston, you've earned your right to be on that cover.
Thank you.
You're getting some props from Christina Snow. That's my
my
girl.
girlfriend. Yes, that's my girlfriend.
She's liking the post left and right. Give it a
Yeah.
like and a share on any of the streams that you guys are watching. We're live for 12 channels here on the I Love CVille Network. Throw this to you. You have been in kitchens for 20 years.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is it, about 9 months you're going to be an owner?
Yeah.
10 months?
Yeah.
Summer 2020. How the hell is that going?
It's a lot of work so far.
Yeah.
It's really challenging. You know, I've been there 16 years, but there's so much I don't know, and there's so like we're doing a lot of things right now to help the transition go easier. Silly stuff like we moved from well water to county water. That's huge for a small restaurant like that. We're changing our point of sale system.
Ooh,
make
to
it
what?
updated. Well.
What are you going to like? Is it breadcrumb? There's toast. There's square.
I'm not sure what he's finally
Macros, the old
decided
school
on. No,
one?
we do them. We had macros right now, and I love that.
You have the old school macros?
Yeah, it's
Get out of
awesome.
town.
No, it's not. I mean, it's like fail safe. It's
Okay.
a wonderful, wonderful system.
Then
But
why
they don't-
change?
Because they don't update to the current level of what everybody else
The
does.
software.
Yeah. So we need to, and we're in the process of trying to figure out exactly the right one for us. We've gone through one that the tickets that we normally print out will be like this big.
Yeah.
And now they're like this big. And I'm
Right.
like, well, I'm going to set those on fire in a matter of 3
Yeah.
seconds.
Right.
I'm going to flip one pan, and they're all going to go up in flames. And this is not a good one.
Okay. So this is new for you.
Yeah, all
like
of this
finding
stuff,
a
yeah.
POS.
Well, because I'm like food for me, food.
Right.
I do
You're
food.
BOH.
I can do the food.
Yeah.
Right? It's the front of the house stuff that is challenging for me.
Right.
And it was challenging trying to find the right fit for my front of the house manager, which I have done, but we'll talk about that on another episode, and I'll bring them
Shit,
in.
we should talk about it now.
And we can. She's
Let's tease
comfortable with it. Okay, Beth Hurley. Who doesn't love Beth Hurley? Everybody knows Smojo?
God damn, girl.
Yeah, I'm no dummy. She is successful at running her own businesses. What happened to her out in the Piedmont place was unfortunate. Rent's high, traffic is low. It's not a very sustainable place.
Yeah.
Maybe if you're smoked and you have that much business every
Right.
day, you're going to do fine.
Sure.
But a smaller scale, closet-sized smoothie shop,
Yeah.
really hard.
Yeah.
But she is smart. Works hard. She actually used to be the pastry chef at Dooner's. I think probably 25 years ago.
How did that conversation work?
I called her.
So you saw she's a free agent. Mm-hmm. Okay.
I was, I've gone through a lot of people in my head trying to find the right person. Which has been really, really challenging. I feel like I'm easy to work with, but I know this whole restaurant it basically can run itself.
Sure.
But I needed to find that right fit for myself and everyone included in this, because I want everyone that's currently working there to stay with me.
Of course,
right?
it's a family.
I want it. Yes, we're a huge family.
Yeah.
So I realized that she was no longer doing Smojo, and I called her and asked her out for coffee. And I said, listen, I'd really, really like for you to come do this with me if it's something you'd be interested in. And I said, we can do this, or this, and whatever's most comfortable for you. So she's going to start, I guess you would say, training in December. And then December, January, February, March, she'll be working more and more and more. So then when June comes, she'll already be there full time, and it'll be like hopefully a seamless transition.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I'm very excited. Yeah.
How is the you got BOH down? You're as good as it gets. You got chef down. You got food down. You got an amazing staff.
Yes, fantastic staff.
You previously, when you were pregnant with your first daughter,
Yes.
if memory serves me correctly,
Yeah.
were the bartender.
No, so my daughter, she's 16. So
Okay.
I went in as the dishwasher prep cook and
Okay.
then a couple shifts on the grill.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So,
So you never were the bartender?
No, I was.
Okay.
That was with my second and third kid.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
'Cause I still wanted to keep my foot in the business because
Uh-huh.
I knew that I did a lot of catering on the side, and it was beneficial for me to stay with one foot in the door. And why not learn how to bartend? I don't drink liquor, but it was fun. you
Sure.
know?
And you like people.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, for the most part.
I know the feeling. Lindsay Neal, welcome to the program. Johnny Garver, thank you for joining us. Give it a like, give it a share. So the admin and like the bookkeeping, the point of sale, a lot of the business side.
Yeah.
That's what you're learning.
Yeah, well, yes.
How's that
Slowly
going?
but surely. Overwhelming.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. I've never been one to pretend like something's cupcakes and rainbows when it's not, because it's hard. I mean, you get a lot of people in restaurant business here on your interviews, and it's hard. The struggle is real with managing time, families. You know, a lot of us that have 3 children can't believe that we're still in the restaurant business because it is hard. It's a lot of sacrifice of time. My husband's amazing. He picks up all the slack. He's actually started doing my laundry. And
Get out of town.
Yeah, I was never good at that anyways. All my shirts that were white are now pink.
Yeah.
And I don't think I own a red shirt, so I'm not quite sure what happened.
You have one on now.
This is maroon.
Okay, maroon. You're right. This is maroon. You're totally right about that.
We must
Sorry.
have called each other.
I know, we're matching. We're matching, Judah Linkauer. So keep talking to me about this. You're like pretty much doing like a transitional phase of being a CEO of how many people in this company?
Oh, I don't know the exact amount because we fluctuate with
Is
with
it
us
18?
kids. What the
At Dooners?
staff-wise?
Yeah.
No, it's much more than that.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
so how
it's
many
much
were you
more
thinking?
than
Like
that.
20 to 30?
Probably 30-ish, yeah.
Get
With
out of
we
town,
have
girl.
we have a whole long list of teenagers that work for us. You know, so whether people think those count or not, they do, because you still have to sign their paycheck when they come to work. No, it's a lot. So it's going to be a lot, because I can't expect her to learn everything and me not learn it too, because that'd just be dumb, because I'm going to be the owner.
Right. Yeah. You might as well
And
know
there's
every
a lot
aspect
of
of your
stuff that my
business.
husband has to come in and learn too, with as far as maintenance goes. And
Yeah.
I'm very, very lucky. My father's a plumber, and he's retiring in December, so he can be my handyman.
Get out of
So
town.
amazing.
Good for you.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
amazing. Sam Bear is watching from Pittsburgh.
Hello,
He
Sam.
says Laura is an amazing, amazing woman. If you'd like to give her some props or relay some comment, put it in any of the 12 Facebook pages, chat boxes, and I'll relay to the chef, Laura Fonner. Mariah Doyle giving you props. Collins Huff. Down
great.
Balaz.
Blazes.
Blaze.
That's my uncle.
Okay,
Yeah.
Jamie
Yeah.
Patterson, Norman
girlfriend.
Gallimore, Trent Whitting. What's up, Trent? Tanya Johnson watching as well. So, least favorite aspect of becoming essentially, I'm going to embarrass you again.
Yeah.
When you are a restaurant owner,
Yeah.
you're essentially a CEO of
Yeah.
this company.
Yeah.
30 people rely on you.
Least favorite aspect?
Yeah, least favorite aspect of being the CEO.
Managing the bickering
Yeah.
within the staff.
Okay.
I mean, it's everywhere.
Sure.
And we're like a family.
It's like any family.
Yes.
Yeah.
But we've been together a lot longer than most restaurant families. So there is some sense of entitlement that goes with that. Some sense of you can't teach an old dog new tricks kind of thing. I have a lot of ideas in mind of things that I want to change, and I'm hoping they're all going to jump on board.
Like what?
Well, they're just some
Well,
policies.
Monday, Tuesday.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm going to open up 7 days a week.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
I'm
gonna be
going to own
huge
everybody.
for
I'm going
you.
to own my soul to, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So I'm going to need to pick up some extra.
But isn't that a no-brainer?
Yeah, it is a no.
Right?
Well, we are in a staffing crisis in this town, though, so it's kind of terrifying at the same time to think, well, I'm going to open up 2 more days, so I only need this many people, but I only have this many shifts to offer, and I don't want to screw over the employees that have been so loyal and been there forever. So it's this really fine balance of what in the hell am I going to do?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, I know what you're going to do if you don't have somebody. You're just going to jump in the dish pit and do the work yourself.
Yeah.
If you need to.
Yeah. I was without a dishwasher for about 24 hours last week and I was having a panic attack.
Did you get one?
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
so shocked. You know what? I love hanging out with chefs. I'm so shocked by following them on Facebook. It seems like every single week.
Yeah.
There's like,
Yeah.
I have cash,
Yeah, well,
dinner.
you know, what the problem is, you'll get people that are like, wow, that sounds like a great amount of money, and I'll work till I get my first paycheck, and then it's like, adios, you know, I'll see you later. I've got my money, I'll find something different. There are so many jobs that are open, and there are just not enough people that are willing to work hard and take them. And dishwashing is particularly hard because really, really awesome people are
Yeah.
able to move up and maybe hop on the line one day, but that's a very long process. You don't just like, hey, I'm good at washing dishes, but I know how to cook too. We're not going to just throw you on the line.
Sure.
You know? So
And there's a stigma
like
in
dead-end
society
job.
that you have to get over to, right? Let's be honest.
Yeah.
So like people, in some ways, like if you want to climb the ladder and you want to be a Laura Fonner, then you're going to not worry about just cutting to the chase, your pride aside.
Right.
And clean people's plates.
Yeah.
And run them through the dishwasher.
Yeah.
But then there's other folks where it's literally just a gig.
Yeah.
And they're like, F this.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm. You can't blame those people, though.
No.
Nobody grows up thinking they want to be a career dishwasher.
Right.
You know what I mean? They don't, and that's the hard part. But and I have a 16-year-old daughter that works there now.
That's awesome.
And I work with a bunch of teenagers, and it's funny to see, because I grew up right on that level of, right at that time where internet and cell phones were becoming like everything.
Sure.
And it's like, do I have to text these people that their food is ready? Like, do I have to text them to get them to come do their job? Because it's like, that's what's happening here. So I can definitely tell the difference in when I was their age and how hard my work drive was compared to, I would say, you can't say all kids these days, because there are some really exceptional kids that work very, very hard.
This
but
topic
the majority
intrigues
of them,
me. Yeah.
It's like, Jesus.
Right.
What are you doing?
Right.
Yeah.
We had Will Taylor, the owner of the Chick-fil-A in Fashion Square, on the show.
I got to catch a little bit of that. Yeah.
He said he's had to create like a text messaging group. Mostly teenagers. Yeah. And the only way that they will communicate is like a text messaging group, WhatsApp, something like that.
Yeah.
And like they are not going to pick up phone calls.
Yeah.
That's they're
what
not
they do.
doing emails.
But in high school, though, all the teachers give them that same app, and that's how they communicate. It blows my mind. There's no like face-to-face anymore, and it's amazing. And I feel like the face-to-face is super, super important, because you could text me, then I could read it like in a really negative voice.
Right. There's
like,
no tone in
asshole,
text message.
Right? You can't tell what the tone is and what they're meaning to say to you.
Right.
And a lot of wires get crossed that way, and a lot of drama starts is unnecessary.
Totally agree.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous.
Throw this to you here. You are going to manage. And you're managing them now. When you take over in the summer of next year, you're going to be the boss, the number one. A lot of teenagers.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think? And I've come across this with our business. Okay. What do you think of the mindset of like the 16 to like 24-year-old today? When I was 14, like we're roughly the same age.
Right.
When I was a kid, I remember having like a lawn business where I would cut my neighbors' lawns.
Yeah.
So washing dishes at 14 at the Sportsman's Grill,
Yeah.
waiting tables, doing whatever it takes to make a buck. I did not care. I like to work.
Small example, I did a lemonade stand with my children during the summer. And who was out there selling lemonade and cupcakes?
You.
Me.
Right.
They were off riding their bikes. So then I put my box of wine under the lemonade table. Like, well, if I'm hustling this lemonade, I'm going to have a sip of wine under here.
And were you doing the lemonade stand to show them like work ethic?
Yeah. But all they wanted was the money without doing the work. So like that, as silly of a story as that is what
That's a microcosm.
is happening.
What do you attribute that mindset to? Is it this?
Yeah.
Yeah? Because you have 4 kids.
Yeah, 3.
3 kids.
At one point I had 4, but that's not something I want to get into.
Okay, gotcha. 3 kids.
Yeah.
Okay. So what do you, is it this?
Yeah, it's the tablet, you can get famous off TikTok, you can get famous off Instagram. And what are you famous for? Right?
Yeah.
Taking pictures that aren't a realistic view of your life, but everyone thinks it is.
Yeah, filtered.
And you're getting young children. I have 5, 7, 16. All of them all use the same apps. Some filtered so they can't see other things. But they're like, "Wow, that's real life." It's not real life.
You tell them that?
That is not. Yeah. Oh yeah.
And they really think it's real life.
They don't think the cover of that magazine's real life. But just because you're on the cover of a magazine doesn't make you famous, Mom. I'm like, go to bed.
Yeah, go to bed.
Who asked you?
Oh, you're so. I mean,
Yeah.
I am so like, I don't know, maybe disenchanted, or I just find it so intriguing, the mindset of like, I want to go immediately to management, or I want to go immediately to the jobs that make money.
It's not how it works. You have to put the work in order to get the benefit.
I got this comment, and I'm not going to say, get the details out. I got this comment from 25-year-old. Mm-hmm. I need more of a work-life balance. I'm like, dude, you come in at 10 a.m.
Yeah.
You leave here at 5:30.
Yeah.
You occasionally have to do
Yeah.
stuff on the weekend.
Well, I get that a lot when I realize that the teenagers go to high school and then come straight from high school to work. But I go to work at 8 a.m.
Right.
And then I stay after they leave.
Well, the reality
right?
is you're probably working around the clock.
But I'm a grown-up, though.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I realize that's what I have to do to get it done. They don't realize that yet. They think, oh, I'm so tired. And I'm like, I will punch you in your face.
Right. You have no idea what tired is.
Yeah, you have no clue.
Yeah, and if you think this is tired, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
Coming down the road. Sam says, very nice to highlight her hard work. She's so deserving of all her credit, well earned. We will thank James Stockton for being a part of this program. Give it a like, give it a share on any of the streams that you're watching. Dooner's iconic. You're going to open Monday and Tuesday.
Yeah. Yep. Well, it was that or do brunch, and I don't want to tackle that beast right now. Maybe somewhere down the line.
What is so tough about brunch and restaurants?
Well, about brunch at Dooner's, what's so tough is that we have such a small staff, and we are a small batch kitchen. So we come in and we make everything from scratch every day. So we need that time during the day to be able to prep everything up. And if we're pulling people to prep things for brunch and then having to work that night shift and whip around and come back first thing in the morning, it's really hard. It's really hard. And, eggs, yeah, you can make money off eggs, but would you rather make a little...
The margin's great, right?
It's okay.
It's
not as good as everybody says.
Really?
That's because you piss your staff off.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Because you're saying they were working late the previous night, and then you're asking them to come in the next morning.
Or even if you're not the one that's being asked to come in, you're the one working after them, and they're in your way the whole time you're trying to figure out what you're going to do for that evening's menu. So I just felt it'd be easier and nicer just to do 2 more dinner shifts. And then that way there won't be any kind of weird crossovers with our menus. It'll just kind of tick-tock all along the week,
When you see a restaurant opening for brunch, are you like, uh-oh?
Not necessarily.
No? You're like, okay, they're trying to innovate, do something different.
Brunch is people love brunch.
People do love brunch.
I mean, Farm Belt Kitchen only does brunch.
Right.
They stopped doing dinner.
We were in New York City, my wife and I, this past weekend, and we did a bottomless brunch.
Right.
And it was like...
Is it worth the money, though?
So it was $45.
So I can only eat like this much food at once, and I would be...
Well, if you can only eat that much,
right?
I know you would. For $45, it was like at this place called Maya in the city, and for $45, it was all you could eat for 2 hours,
right,
and all you could drink for 2 hours.
Okay.
And dude, it was like we had to make reservations, and there was
sure.
like a line out the door.
Yeah.
And at first, you're like $45 for brunch? That's expensive. But if you eat like
if you can
4
eat,
dishes
if you're a big
and have
eater,
like 5 mimosas.
Like I absolutely want to go try Little Stars taco brunch.
Yeah.
But
Oh, they're doing that?
Yeah. So I think it's like $35 a person for like your endless taco brunch.
What?
Don't quote me on that. Oh, you haven't heard?
No.
Oh, but they mill their own masa. They make their own. I mean, it's an amazing thing that they're doing over there. But I did it in my head. I'm like, I could probably eat 2 tacos. That's about it. I can't eat a lot first thing in the morning, or So I want to try it because I know my husband would pick up the slack.
He would crush it, right?
He would
I would
absolutely pick
crush
up
it
the
too.
slack.
Tacos, oh my God. How about this? Charlottesville and the restaurant scene, has it ever been more competitive?
No, I've been here my whole life, long enough to remember dancing at Fridays After 5 when it was on the other side of the downtown mall.
Okay.
When Rex's was on Preston.
Yeah.
I got Pargo's. I used to go there for my birthday.
Okay.
I've been here a very, very long time, and it has never, ever been this saturated with restaurants. And it's a bit terrifying. It's exciting because that means people are excited and they think that they can succeed.
It's like a foodie town.
Right, and that's amazing.
Yeah.
But it is very hard. It's
And
hard. And
crazy,
we've seen recently
right,
with all the people that have had to close.
Dude, I have a list over there of 32 restaurants that are going to open in the first 6 months of 2020, including 18 that are opening at Dairy Market on Preston.
Well, yeah.
So, I mean, I think it's good, and that a rising tide is good, that it raises all ships. But at the same time, only so many diners, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I've always said I don't compete with other restaurants and other chefs because that just puts me into a really bad place where I'm like, oh God, I'm not good enough. Why are they busier tonight? But we all have our own space here.
Yeah.
We can all have our own little niche in town.
Yeah.
And share the customers. Do you know what I mean? But when we have this many restaurants come in, and then it becomes a competitive battle with pricing at your restaurant. And now that people can do their advertising for like happy hours and stuff, I mean, it gets very, very competitive.
Sure.
And it's hard to keep up with. So we're just out at Dooner's like, we'll just do what we always do.
Well, you have an edge in that you, along with the family that works there and the team, have built a killer brand.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, Bob's been an amazing owner.
You guys have pretty much done it
great.
without social media.
Yeah, we have.
Right?
The only social media started when I started doing it on my Facebook.
Right. So if I'm you, I'm thinking, all right, I'm going to open on Monday and Tuesday.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to up our game from a social media standpoint.
Yeah, that's my plan. Yeah.
You're going to crush
Yeah,
it.
I hope so. I hope so. I
Right?
hope that everybody realizes that I support this town so much that when it's my turn to need support, that I'll get it. Like, that's my whole goal. I don't know how to necessarily go about achieving that.
I think you're doing it
without
perfectly.
doing what I'm already doing
Yeah.
now. Because I know that when I go out to eat, I tend to go to places where I want to support the
Yeah,
the
you're
owner.
local, right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because I'm like, wow, they're such a good person. I'd like to support them and let them know that I'm here because I don't normally go out ever.
Yeah.
I'd be happy sitting at home and with a Hot Pocket for dinner.
Hot Pocket. Good
in my
Lord.
slippers.
Which Hot Pocket are you eating?
Whatever's in my freezer,
Cheap
whatever my
pepperoni?
children donate. I do like pepperoni.
The pepperoni one is good. Mitchell Barron says Chef Fonner is my spirit animal.
Oh, good. Well, I was hoping that they
Prime
would bring
109,
me. Yeah, well,
Lampa.
was hoping he would when they were doing the Hot Pockets from scratch down at Prime. I almost went after work to go get them, and then I realized my husband would just kill me. Like, I'm sorry, honey, I'm heading downtown for a Hot Pocket.
You'd be like, what the hell are you actually doing?
Right.
Yeah.
Like, really, Hot Pockets.
Mitch, what is your favorite Hot Pocket? Mitchell Barron's. Put it in the stream.
Right, I like the chicken parmesan. All right, I said it.
Janet
so
Dobb. Janet Dobb says, Jerry, I'm skeptical of the data behind dairy market. I hope I'm wrong. I think it's going to work out that way, Janet Dobb. She's of the Bagel Ladies, of course.
Yeah.
Melissa White Don.
Yes, love her.
Best chef in
her.
town.
Love
Love
her.
you, Laura
She
Fonner.
made my birthday so special at Maser and Cotola. It was so fun.
Janice Keltenbach.
Yep, that's my former neighbor.
Great to see
Yes.
you, Laura.
Hi,
You
Janice.
absolutely rock.
We used to plow her side of the driveway when it snowed. She'd
Really?
pay us in beef stew. It was
This was in
great.
Crozet?
Yeah.
I mean, that's another place that is
Yeah.
like ridiculously different since when you grew up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dude, I remember getting
Absolutely.
hammered at Uncle Charlie's.
Yeah,
Like
I've seen
sneak-
that door get ripped off. A couple
Really?
times. So cool.
Oh, I wanna know that
Remember
story.
Raw Dog? Did you ever go see Raw Dog?
No,
Okay,
no.
that-
Do
okay.
I want to ask?
No, that was their name. They were like an awesome band.
Oh,
Yeah.
Raw Dog
Yeah,
played
yeah.
at
Oh,
Uncle
okay, but that
Charlie's.
could have gotten weird.
That's why I was asking.
Okay, never
right
mind.
there. Okay, so tell me how the door ripped off.
Well, dude, country boys fighting. Do you know what I mean? I watched Uncle Charlie chase someone out with a giant pepper grinder one night. I had so much fun there.
Oh.
That was so bad. I
I
actually
love-
met my husband there.
You met your husband at Uncle
I
Charlie's?
did. I was walking out, and he's like, "You want to hang out?" And I
Oh,
kept
tell me the
walking.
story start to finish.
Well, we were going to see Raw Dog were people in a band that I was friends with
Okay.
in high school.
Okay.
And so I was going to see them, and he had become friends with...
How old are you?
Oh, Jesus. 19, 20?
19, okay.
We've been together for almost 12 years.
Nice.
Yeah, very long time.
Okay. So 1920, you guys are at Uncle Charlie's hanging out.
Well, I didn't even really talk to him much, and I'm getting ready to leave, and he's at the front of the door. Well, the door was still on. That was not a door ripped off kind of night. And he's like, "Hey, you want to hang out?" And I'm like, "No." We just kept on walking to my friend's house. And then he ended up going back with some of our other friends, and he ended up cutting his hand really bad.
Really?
Yeah. Well, one of the drunken knife games.
Yeah, I remember
Got
that.
all his tendons.
Yeah.
Yeah. So nurturing me decided, well, I'll take you to the hospital for your surgery. And that was kind of like our first date.
Your first date with your man was you guys at the hospital.
Yeah.
He's
You
under
want-
the knife, literally,
Yeah.
surgery.
I didn't stay there. I just dropped him off. And
Okay.
picked him back up later.
Why didn't you
So
you
I
didn't
went to
stay?
pick him, no, I went to pick him back up later, and the lady at the desk is like, "Who are you here for?" I'm like, Josh." She's like, "Last name?" I'm like, "Ooh,
I'm not
he's got
sure.
dreadlocks." She's like, "Okay, let me find him." And I get up to his floor. He's probably gonna kill me for telling this
No,
story.
tell the story.
And he's all drugged up from surgery, right?
Okay.
And I can hear him behind the curtain, and the nurse is like, "Okay, Laura, here he is. He's all yours." And I like open the curtain, and he's like butt naked. I'm like, "I don't even know his last name." He's like, "We're all hippies here." I'm like, "Okay, come with me."
Is Josh Fonner?
Yeah.
She goes, really, Laura? Really?
I told you
He's
you were gonna
watching
like
right
that.
now. Josh, it's a great story, Josh. Oh, man. I love when you come on this program here. So this is, tell me
Sorry,
your
Josh.
favorite, okay, besides this one, your favorite Uncle Charlie's memory.
Oh my gosh.
I used to go in there when I was like 20 with my New Jersey fake ID.
Yeah.
They had great wings.
They
I
didn't
love
even- they
playing
didn't-
darts.
You could have had an ID that.
Right, they
said
didn't
you
even
were
care.
16.
You go in there with like a napkin.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was just
Swear.
like, it was just like so like, bars like that don't exist
No,
anymore.
they don't. No.
You know?
Yeah,
Now
no,
it's
I
like
know,
so
because we-
bougie.
Yeah.
Like the last bar
Yeah.
that's probably like that at Charlottesville's maybe Dirty Nelly's.
But that's probably a good thing.
You
Because
think?
a lot of bad things happened
Well, yeah.
in bars like that.
I mean, people were getting after it. They were doing
people
things
passing out in the
illegal.
bathrooms,
Right,
you know what I mean?
right. Sure.
Yeah. There's a lot of negative to a bar.
But that was like
that.
quintessential Crozet before Crozet became
Yeah,
Crozet
I feel
today.
bad for everyone that didn't get a chance or opportunity to enjoy that kind of hogwaller.
Right.
It was truly something special.
What do you think about how Crozet is morphing?
I mean, I like it. I'd like to see a little bit less subdivisions being built because traffic is a nightmare. I don't get mixed in with the morning traffic because I work so close.
Yeah, different hours.
Yeah, and it's not an issue for me, but it is an issue when I do have to join in on that traffic. Like this morning, I had to run and grab somebody's paycheck from work, and I live 7 minutes away. It took me 30 minutes to get there.
Fuck.
30 minutes. I'm just sitting here like, oh my gosh.
And
It's insane.
how many minutes would it take like 15 years ago, 20 years ago?
7. It's the same, because usually when I drive home, there's no traffic, so I've got like a good gauge of how long it takes me to get to and from work. Yeah, 30 minutes. It was very annoying. And then I don't know.
It's like
I love
catch-22. It's good for you, and then it's good for the business that there's more density.
Yes, and I was going to say that next because it's exciting for me to see the kind of growth and development that's happening out there because it'll benefit me in the long term of Dooners.
Yeah.
Because I'll have them hopefully wanting to come to the restaurant as well. But you get the old school Crozet folks, and it's hard. We live in Highlands, and when I was in high school, that was like the rich kid neighborhood. So when my husband drove me into that neighborhood when we were looking at houses to buy, I'm like, oh, honey, turn around. We can't afford this. And it's like, oh, yeah, we can. Okay, let's stay. So now it's like Old Trail.
Yeah, now Old Trail, you can get like acre or 0.25, a quarter of an acre, and build a new house, and you're dropping like $800K.
Yeah, we wouldn't be able to afford a house in the Crozet area today if we hadn't bought the foreclosure that we bought when we did. I mean, we make a decent salary.
Yeah. But the fact that you
know what I mean?
guys did is so great because your kids are in the best schools.
Yeah, they are.
And they love it, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they love it. Our neighborhood's great. We've got so many friends on our street.
I can tell they're watching.
We have like the ice cream truck was coming through every Tuesday during summer, and we'd chase them down. I'd like on a bicycle with a backpack full of wine, like, wait for us. We're kind of like the ridiculous street. We just hang out. We have a lot of cookouts, a lot of really good times. And I feel like a lot of people lose that too when you get into like a big neighborhood.
And because of this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, I feel like
social media. These are wonderful tools.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
These
right?
are making people antisocial.
Yeah. Yep. I agree 100%.
Amy Wicks Horn is watching the program. She's got some props for you. She goes, Dooners is amazing, always a real treat, always consistent. Chrissy Benninger from Bluegrass Girls watching right now. Bo Stockton, the new owner of Michael's Bistro, watching the program right now. And he says, Laura Fonner is the bomb.
Oh, thank you.
Dylan Allwood,
funny.
executive chef at Tavla, watching right now. You have a shitload of chefs watching this program.
Well, I usually watch the other chefs too.
Yeah.
Because we don't ever
You
get to
guys
see
have
each
a
other
family.
face to face.
Yeah.
A lot of us have not met face to face, so it's nice to watch each other's interviews. It really is.
Transition. Okay. One of the chefs, no, she wasn't a chef, restaurateur, Sarah Humphrey.
Yeah.
Okay, friends with you.
Oh, great friends.
Yeah.
Yes.
Her husband, Chris. And we talked about this with another of our common friends, Melissa Closehart.
Right.
Recently passed.
Yes.
Long, battle with cancer.
Yeah. Well, no, not cancer.
All right.
No.
Yeah. Got it.
Okay.
Sad.
Yeah. Oh, it's tragic. She was. I learned a lot from her, and I think I've had a lot of friends pass away, but I think I got really, really lucky with her because I went and saw her a lot in the hospital.
You did?
I did. Yeah. And I was able to tell her everything that I wanted to tell her, everything she's taught me, everything I loved about her, everything. So then when I heard that she'd passed, it was like this really strange sigh of relief at the same time of like a tragic heartbreak.
Right.
Because I've never been able to do that. I've never had the opportunity to really tell someone how I feel until it's too late.
What'd you tell her?
She taught me that you should laugh with your whole stomach. You should love with your whole heart. You should smile with your whole face. She was just the most bubbly, amazingly caring person that I've probably ever worked with. She was quirky and had a lot of, she was just a funny lady. She loved life. She loved dogs. We, for her birthday this year in the hospital, my coworker and I
love this story.
Sorry, UVA. Sorry, I'm going to say this. We smuggled a fake therapy dog in.
So it's a real dog.
It was a real
But you put
dog.
the therapy
The vest on the dog and walked
Okay.
straight through the hospital like, well, if they catch us, they catch us. And so we were snuggling with this dog on her hospital bed. And in comes the doctor. The room's filled with smoke from the birthday cake because it was her birthday. And there's this dog on her lap. We're like, hi.
And they didn't care, though.
No, they didn't.
Yeah.
I think they were really impressed that we were able to pull that off.
Yeah, I'm impressed that you were
They
able to
kept
pull
saying,
that. Where do you
"We've
get a
never
therapy
seen-"
vest from?
I can't talk about that.
Okay, all right, sorry.
But they're like, we've never seen a therapy dog that looks like this. We're like, yeah. We're trying something new.
Wait, was it like a French bulldog or something?
No, it was just this
Was it a
little
lab?
nut. No, it was not a lab.
Okay,
Because
that's
the labs
why,
are what
right?
They always see.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, it was pretty amazing. My coworker Becky and I did that together, and it was probably
Which Becky?
Becky. God, I always say her name wrong. Gurcio.
Okay.
Gurcio.
Okay.
It's one of those accenty names that I suck at.
Sure. Well, Becky, thank you for going with Laura.
Yeah, it was pretty amazing. She had the biggest smile on her face. It was just like, and I felt so bad for Chris because he walked in right after us with a balloon and a card, and like 45 minutes later, he's like, "Babe, did you read my card yet?" I'm like, "Shit, there's a dog on her lap. Wait, I'm sorry, we stole your
Chris walked into the
sunshine."
hospital
Yeah,
right
yeah.
after?
Well, he was
Yeah.
there most times I went to go see her.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Chris Humphrey's amazing.
He's fantastic.
She was the first person in my first job out of school, I'm talking college, was at the Daily Progress. Sarah was working there.
Right.
And I was the youngest person by far at this company. And everybody, because of that youth, was kind of like looking down on me,
Right,
didn't want to
right,
talk to me,
right.
whatever it was.
Yeah.
She went out of her way
Yeah.
to come
She
and
would.
talk and like anything you need here.
Yeah, she would. She would give you the shirt off her back. She would, and not blink twice about it. She would do anything for anybody. It's a really tragic loss to this community.
You
Really.
you were getting emotional there.
Yeah. Well, I really loved her. She stopped working at Duners, and I rooted for her the whole time. She was kind of sick when she worked there, so it was probably best that she just stayed at Fellini's, so she wasn't spreading herself too thin. But I have been a fan of hers since I met her. You don't find too many people. You don't meet too many people like her.
No.
You really don't. She genuinely cared about everybody and didn't expect anything in return, and that's rare these days. People will be nice to you, but it's because they want something, They want something. She never wanted anything, except for you to love her.
Right.
And
enjoy life with her.
Yeah.
Be in the moment with her.
Yeah.
Christopher Eagle, Real Estate 3 is watching. Scott Roth, the president of Three Notch Brewing Company, watching the program now. Give it a like, give it a share on any of the streams that you are watching. Your page is blowing the hell up. Rick White, welcome to the show. Jack Brown's huge Rick White fan. Your name came up in one of the interviews we were doing. I think it was last week. Brian
With
Ashworth?
Ace Biscuits?
Yeah, Brian Ashworth.
Because he worked at
Bluebird.
Yeah, I must have been after.
Did you guys
I
miss
left.
each other?
I don't know. I was a teenager, so he probably, if I was there, he probably didn't think anything of it.
Gotcha,
You know what I mean?
gotcha. I think he's like 42.
Well, I worked there till I was 18.
Yeah?
Yeah, because I had my daughter when I was 18, and then when she was 3 months old, I moved to Duners, and I've just stayed there. Find a good thing, and you don't leave.
Who are some of the chefs you are like, man, this person is crushing?
You
got a lot of chefs watching right now.
I know. That doesn't put me on the spot. There's so much pressure. There are too many. Everybody's crushing it.
Come on.
No, come on. Everybody's crushing it.
Okay.
And that's not fair to be like, well, somebody's better than another person. Because there's a lot of things that, I know I'm not the best chef in town.
Okay.
I'll be the first to come
Let me
out
throw
and say
this
that.
to you then. Let me phrase the question differently.
Yeah.
Okay. If you're picking a team of chefs, and you have to do 500 covers, a creative menu
God.
that you're coming on the fly, and you guys got to work together and do 500 covers at a night at, say, like the Omni, something that has
Yeah.
the capacity
Yeah,
for
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Who's your first pick?
Oh my gosh. Well, probably just based off experience for an event that size, it'd be Angelo from IVN.
Yeah,
And then maybe Christian from Maya. They have been around for so long you can be a great chef at your restaurant, but then you turn around and try to do an event, and it's like, if you don't know what you're doing, it's very clear right then and there. And I haven't worked with enough chefs in town outside of a restaurant to really know, because I'm very particular. I'm very detail-orientated. I nag a lot about, like, don't touch that, you know what I mean? So that's also a hard answer for me, I'd love to work with any and all of them. I would. Anytime anybody approaches me about, hey, we're doing something at the restaurant, hell yeah, I'll do it. That sounds fun. To get outside of my kitchen and into yours, it's neat to see how other people do it. I've been at Duners for so long. I don't know how other places work. I know we don't work like most places do, but I haven't been in enough other places to see what they do.
That's a perfect transition to what you're doing at Patcham.
Yes. Season's
Talk to
about
us.
to start. Okay.
Who, what, when, where, why?
Okay, so Patcham is the program that feeds and shelters the homeless in Charlottesville, and it is from October till March, April, May-ish, maybe late April. Last year we signed on with them and did Tuesday dinners, and it was a huge success. I had a lot of restaurants donate their time, donate their food. A lot of volunteers come help me. It was an amazing experience. We're gearing up to do it again. Starts in, I guess, November, and I am going to do something right now that I never, ever do.
Ooh.
Ask for help.
Ooh.
It's really big for me.
Okay.
I'm one of those people who are like, shit, it's going to take me too long to tell you how to do it. I'm going to do it myself.
Okay.
But I need help. And I know that we just did, a lot of the restaurants just did the Charlottesville 29 auction.
Yeah, which crushed it.
Yeah. 29 restaurants in, the 400 that are in town?
Yeah.
Right?
Is it that many?
I mean, it feels like it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I have no idea
Almo
the actual
and
number.
Charlottesville.
Yeah.
Okay.
I need restaurants to help me provide dinners on Tuesday nights.
Okay.
I have signed up to do one a month. Rachel Pennington from Pie Chest will do one a month.
Nice.
And then that leaves 2 holes each month.
Yeah.
I've had a handful of chefs and restaurants already sign on, and I will get to you guys. I just need to get a little bit more organized before I can send out a schedule.
Okay.
But and I'm not. It's not asking like a lot. I don't want like a steak dinner for 100.
Sure.
Right. Enchiladas and rice, meatball subs. Like those are the kind of things that they actually like to eat.
Sure.
Yeah. So I would like some new restaurants to get involved this year. I'm getting ready to buy this restaurant, so it's a lot more of my time taken up.
Yeah, you got a lot going on.
When we open up 7 days a week, that Tuesday night's gone for me. I won't be working the line, but I'll still technically be work because I'm going to be the owner.
Sure. You're going to be working way more.
And it's a great way to get your staff involved with something that you normally wouldn't have the opportunity to do. You really wouldn't. It's not, if enough restaurants can come do a little bit, that each little piece becomes this huge thing.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a no-brainer. Like but I really need some help.
So you need restaurants in Charlottesville or Albemarle County to step up in 1 day a week. And they need to feed folks that need food. I mean, this is amazing.
I mean, there's folks.
How many covers? How many people?
Well, there's different options, which gets into the details. I'm going to do both the men's and women's again.
Okay.
So the men, it's 50 men, then you feed the volunteers. So I usually shoot for 65, 70 dinners.
Okay.
Women is max of 20, so I shoot for 30 dinners.
Okay.
You
So
can
we're talking
combine
about
them into
roughly 100.
Or
Yeah.
you can do one or the other.
Okay. Combine them into 100 guys.
That's
the easiest
easier.
way,
Yeah.
right?
And I'll do all the transporting, picking up, dropping off. I have someone at Patcham that's going to do the organizing of the volunteers that will serve the dinners.
Put a first-hand perspective story from Patcham that you saw yourself where you're like, I am making a difference in someone's life.
Yeah, well, I got a lot of stories. Even with Sarah's memorial that we had the other weekend.
Sarah Humphrey.
Yeah. Confession, I can't parallel park. I'm 35 years old. I'll work on it now that I had this experience. But I came down to drop food off for the memorial because I had to work that night, and I can't parallel park. So I ended up at the parking garage. Huge trays of food, super heavy. Walking all the way down, it was really hot. Not a single person stopped and asked me if I needed a hand, except this really nice man from the shelter. He carried the whole thing the rest of the way down to the shelter, or down to the restaurant. I mean, it's like little things like that. And the difference you make watching them, because you're not just feeding them dinner. You get to keep track of their lives. They're not in the program just to stay in the program forever. They don't want to be homeless forever. They are helping. Patcham's helping house them. They're helping get jobs for these people. So you might be at the hospital and look around, and maybe 2 of those people working there are in the shelter, and you would never know. You would never know. So you just can't. I don't know. You can't judge a book by its cover. Helping people is something that's very, very easy to do. It takes little effort. I mean, I'm talking about like family meals. Do you know what I mean? Like just easy food. And that's the easiest thing we can do is help feed people. And I know that we just raised a ton of money for the food bank. That was an impressive amount.
Oh my God.
Right?
It was so much.
Those are people, I don't get that resource to use from the food bank. with Patchum. So this is all kind of volunteer-based and faith-based. I'm not going to accept money this year. I didn't really do it last year because I thought it was very tacky to say, hey, send it to me Venmo. I don't need new shoes. So if you want to donate where you're not at a restaurant, and I just donate directly to Patchum, or get a hold of me, and if you want to buy something from the grocery store and have me cook it to bring it in there, or desserts. I always have to provide desserts. Anybody that knows me knows that I am not all that good at dessert. I'm not. It's just not my strength. Make some cookies. Bring them to me. I'll take them. They love cookies.
Jason Whitehead's watching.
Yes, he's
Executive
fantastic.
Director. He's watching, and he says, this is fantastic,
He's my partner
Laura.
in crime.
Yeah. You got questions coming in about Patchum. Let me relay Jason's message. Go, Laura Fonner. Patchum. And Patchum is an acronym, guys, for People and Congregations Engaged in Ministry. You can find them online at PACE, M as in man, shelter.org, pacemshelter.org. Jason says Patchum opens on October 26th and runs through April 11th, 24 weeks of shelter.
Yeah.
Mandy wants to know.
That's 48 dinners.
Yeah.
Do the math. You know what I mean? That's a lot of.
That's 4,800 dinners,
48
essentially.
dinners for me.
Right.
That's what I'm trying to get
So you
covered
basically
here.
did 4,800 dinners.
No.
Is it 100
I
at a
only
time?
do Tuesdays.
Oh, Tuesdays. Got it.
Yeah.
Understood.
So-
Mandy says, how can we get involved with helping serve at the shelter?
I will post that onto my personal Facebook, and it'll probably be a message. I think I'm going to get an article done with Simon Davidson where there'll be a link to where. So I actually am supposed to have a meeting with Jason tomorrow.
Nice.
To kind of finalize some of these details.
This is perfect.
We kind of should have done the different days, but it just worked out this way. I tried to do it myself last year with the Sign Up Genius, and I just have so much going on, and that it's really hard for me to, first of all, try to get all the restaurants that were involved organized, but at the same time, trying to wrangle all of these volunteers. 'Cause it is kind of challenging. It's a Tuesday night. That's a really school night. I will say that this year I am trying my hardest not to have children under the age of like 14, 15 come.
Okay.
It's just my personal decision this year. We had some last year. It went well, but I think this year I'm going to go more towards young adults, which will be great for this generation because they don't see the people that are in need, unless they're on TikTok.
Right.
And
Gosh,
you don't see that on
TikTok
TikTok
now?
Yeah, it's TikTok.
Is that all
my
you-
daughter's TikTok famous right
Really?
now. Mm-hmm.
So she's getting off Instagram?
Gosh, she never really did Instagram. Facebook's for old people.
Yeah.
Instagram's for younger but still old people, and TikTok's where it's at.
What happened to
apparently.
Snapchat?
They still do that.
Okay.
I don't have that, though.
Are
I
you
don't know anything
monitoring
about it.
them?
My daughter?
Yeah.
Well, I make her show me her TikTok, because she'll put TikTok videos out. But she sings a lot, so it's a lot of like singing ones and then silly, stupid dance ones with her girlfriend.
TikTok is an app that allows music to be overlaid with the video content you're
you
creating.
make music videos.
Yeah, make music
I did some
videos.
for my little boys, and they're very cool. But
Yeah?
like that,
You're on
you know,
TikTok. Megan Upman, woohoo! Go Laura Fonner.
another neighbor.
You're gonna love this, Aaron. I'm gonna relay this. Aaron King is one of the top people at Feast, and she has tagged Feast in the stream and say Feast may be able to help you, Laura.
Fantastic.
Holler at me. I'll
Yeah.
see what I can do.
Okay, yeah.
So
Yeah, I
Feast
will.
sounds like they could be in. You're getting some props from the Charlottesville 29. Simon's watching now, and he says those dumplings are destination worthy, Laura Fonner. I have some on my desk right now.
To be honest, I don't even remember what made me start making them years and years and years
Really?
ago. I wish I would have kicked myself in the ass back then, because I literally stand there. I made 1,000 dumplings last week in my shift.
How long did that take?
Well, throughout days,
Okay.
right? And I have carpal tunnel, right? And I
Yeah.
sleep with wrist brace. It's really sexy.
Really?
Yes, it's like, hey, baby. You know, like really cute.
Okay,
Really
so this is what we've learned today in an hour. We
Can't
learned
care
we learned that you sleep with wrist brace. You have a different voice where you try to go with the sexy voice.
Yeah.
You saw your
Yeah.
husband on the first date naked and drugged up in a hospital
Yeah,
bed.
and I wear slippers everywhere when I'm not working.
And she wears
Except for
slippers
here.
everywhere.
Yes,
It's just like,
I
well, I
do.
wear
Yeah,
sandals.
yeah.
I can
Well,
relate to that.
Yeah, mine are really old, dirty, fuzzy slippers. So I when I went on vacation in June with my mother, for some reason Italy had this magic and my hands didn't hurt anymore. And when I came back, I haven't had to wear my wrist things to bed, except for after last week, the 1,000 dumplings. You know, just pinch, 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 same movement. And I just about broke my wrist. So I'm kind of kicking myself in the
Oh
butt.
my
for
gosh.
those.
How long does one dumpling take? Start
Well,
to
I can
finish?
do about 100 an hour from start to
Jesus.
finish. Yeah.
That's fast.
I've been doing it for years, like
100
that for years. But you make the dough from scratch, gotta let it rest. You grind up all the insides you got to let it rest. You know, there's a whole process, but once I get going, it goes pretty quickly. The prep ladies laugh at me because I just stand there. I can't stand up straight when I do it because it's like bending over.
You're hunched over, sure.
Yeah. So I do the whole Y or huge V with my legs. So I'm standing there. They're like, "What is wrong with you?"
John Updike just put this comment on the stream. You're going to love this. Dooner's Restaurant is the best restaurant in town.
Oh, thank you.
John Updike is a good friend of this program. Thank you for watching, John. Give it a like, give it a share on any of the streams that you're watching. How are you are you sleeping 2 hours a night? 3 hours a night?
Well, this past week I've been going to bed at like 7:45 on my nights off. Like kids go to bed and I'm like, "Oh, see you later, honey." He said I fell asleep so fast the other. My husband fell asleep so fast the other day that he was like, "Well, shit." So I grabbed the ice cream container and was just eating ice cream in bed while I'm sleeping.
What was your ice cream? Was it Haagen-Dazs?
I don't know I don't eat ice cream. I don't eat sugar.
Okay.
So I think if I did, I'd be way more jacked up.
You're pretty jacked up right now. But this is how she always is. This is literally how she always is. I can relate.
I get a lot of like Adderall comments, and it's infuriating.
We just love life so much. We're like, I got to get after it. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's make it happen.
Yeah.
I'd love when you come here and get on this show.
I like coming. It's different for me. I like to do things that make me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Because then maybe at some point in my life I might be comfortable doing it. Like I'm in the parking garage and I'm like, "Oh my God, it's so sweaty. Oh my God, this is gonna be so bad."
Look great.
So,
Caddy Kirby's watching. She's giving you props. Zachary Scott Brown, Whitney Matthews, Tanya Johnson, Catherine Matthews, Iron Puffles and Coffee. Harvey Mayoga is watching. He's the owner of Guajiros.
Yeah.
A bunch of restaurants watching right now.
Well, if any of you guys want to help me, you know where to find me.
Hey, help her. So how about a follow-up on
please.
this? After this show's over, will you put the details on your page?
I will, yeah.
It's like a post.
Yeah, I will, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just, it's approaching so quickly. And I went to my last meeting with Jason, and I wasn't sure I was going to be able to offer the same level of what I did last year. Just 'cause
commitment.
there's so much going on now.
You're buying a restaurant.
I basically cooked every one of those dinners last season. I had a handful of people help me, but the rest I did myself, and it was so satisfying, but so exhausting at the same time. I slept for like 4 days after the last day of the season ended, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that was so hard. That was so hard. But my youngest, oh, God bless him, he's so cute. He's like
How old is he?
5.
Okay.
So,
man, I don't know how you do all this stuff.
Yeah, I don't either.
You
This
have
is my
3
first year. They're
kids.
all in school this year too. So I last year he was still in preschool, and so I kept him. But now he's kindergarten, so they're all at school. But when the shelter season ended last year, he got really, really upset. And he said, "Well, who's going to feed all the people?" I'm like, oh my gosh. And then I went to work, and he looked up at his dad, and he's like, "I want to do shelter dinners when I grow up." I'm like, that's what it's all about, honestly. Like that, for him to watch me work really hard and do that sometimes. I get a little loud.
I mean, it sounds like you're like really raising great kids.
They are good kids. They are. Yeah. They are.
Lemonade
helpful.
standing.
Yeah.
Okay, you have the wine under the lemonade stand. I probably would have either the bourbon or a 6-pack of IPAs.
Yeah.
Probably Minute Man.
Yeah. Well, I figured wine was better because it was a family event.
Is wine a little more socially accepted at a lemonade stand? I think it is.
Well, I don't think anything alcoholic is acceptable, but it's my end of my driveway, so.
Right. I mean, it's so crazy now, and like my wife and I do this all the time. The guys at 3 Notch are watching. We often bring our little boy, 18 months, to 3 Notch to find some sanity.
Yeah.
I'll have a Minuteman, she'll have the Ghost, he'll play the toy section.
Yeah.
And
There's nothing wrong with that.
3 hours of the day is gone.
Yeah.
And we're like 3 hours closer to bedtime.
Yeah.
You remember those days?
Yeah. Oh, I do. Yes, I'm still in those days.
Come on now.
Oh, you kidding me? My kids get up at like anywhere between 4 a.m. and 6:30 in the morning, and they are just like,
why do the kids get up so early?
Well, I'll tell you the truth. With my children, they sneak downstairs and get on their tablets, and they turn the volume all the way down, and they just sit there in the dark unless one of us wakes up and catches them.
Really?
Yeah. It's like, oh my gosh.
Who's the worst at it?
I think my middle child, Graham. He's 7. He thinks everything's real on there. That's hard too because there's some funny things, some funny videos, and there's a lot of like cute animal videos, and I don't mind them watching those.
Yeah.
But when you turn around and your kid's like, "If you," to the other kid, it's like, "Well, there goes TikTok."
Right. Catherine, I'm busy running errands, but wanted to stop by and say hello to Laura. Laura, you're such a badass.
Thank you.
Love what she does for the local community, Females in Food, her work at the shelter. Can't wait to be involved again this winter.
Yeah, she was very helpful.
Keep
That's
being a
really
rock
cool.
star. Catherine Matthews,
Yeah.
Iron Poffles and Coffee. She's awesome.
She was awesome.
You've been awesome. We've just filled 65 minutes.
Shoo, wow.
You made this easy.
I had no idea. It felt like 10.
65 minutes. You made this easy. So you're going to post the deets
Yeah.
on her page.
I will.
Jason Whitehead is watching. Make sure we reach out to Feast
Yeah.
and Aaron
Yes.
King.
Mhm.
I'm going to eat those dumplings.
Yeah, please.
I have some dumplings to eat
I've
over there.
brought 3 different sauces to go with them, too.
Judah, did you
So-
hear that?
I showed them to him.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
He's so pumped. Judah Winkauer. Thank you.
Yes, awesome. Thank you, guys.
You crushed it. It was our pleasure. Seriously, it's our pleasure. Anytime you want. We will. Who do we have on tomorrow? Let me check my phone real quick. We have 2 or 3 weeks booked out on this program.
Wow.
Tomorrow we have the state senator. Oh no. We have 2 guys that are running. Elliot Harding and Waylon Ross. Sally Hudson, Virginia State Senate, is going to join us on Wednesday. Jim Hingley, who's running for Albemarle County Commonwealth's attorney, I think, is going to join us Thursday. And then Julie Arbeliez from the travel company in Barracks Road Shopping Center is going to join us on Friday. This show is all about spotlighting the best of Charlottesville, Virginia. People like Laura Fonner who are making the community better. People who literally care about the community more than they care about their personal time. Okay, that's what Laura is. Okay, so we try to spotlight people that are making Charlottesville a better place. That's what the whole program is about. We close the program the same way every single time. We ask everybody that's watching to please embody the golden rule. I do not make this about religion. I just make this about talking and treating the people in your life the way you want to be treated yourself. It is a simple concept. But guys, does the country not need the golden rule more than ever? I think it certainly does. And from a micro level, Charlottesville needs the golden rule more than ever. There's the magazine on screen. Go pick up this magazine. It's located in Barracks Road and Barnes & Noble. A bunch of newsstands. You can find Virginia Living magazine. And then once you buy the magazine, go find Laura Fonner and ask for her autograph. Okay? Go find Laura Fonner and ask for her autograph. We will see you tomorrow at 12:30 on the I Love CVille Show. Take care. Good work.
Thank you.
Seriously.
Good stuff. Yes. Good stuff.
One more thing. We should have to do that
Picture.
photo.
Yeah.
Good job, Judah.
You're going to hear the end of that from my husband tonight.
77. Oh, yeah. Please let me know how that goes.